I know that my oldest sister probably feels the type of way, but then again, did you forget like everything your husband put our family through? I could list horrible things that have happened.
Hey, it's Faye. What if I told you that your wedding dress was hiding on SHEIN for under $50? Challenge accepted. I saw on TikTok that wedding dresses are going viral for being insanely cheap. Are those influencers lying to us? Let's see. Oh, we're just gonna have to pretend. Here comes the wrap. Of all the dresses, this was $6 more. Frolicking at $56. Relax. Right off the bat, this dress is so dramatic. Girls, rally. There's a fishtail silhouette. I don't even know what that means. There's a train. Also have no experience in wedding dresses. You see this finger? Yeah, take my opinion lightly, okay? I feel overstimulated, too much fabric. So on her, I feel like the lacing was very minuscule. Did not expect the front to be all lace. There's the undergarment protection, and then you have the lace wrap. And then on top of the lace wrap, you have another lace wrap. I could have sized down. I thought the ribbon lacing would make this look a little less budget. The train is supposed to feather out. Okay, online, this satin looked luxurious. But in person, it looks like I ironed this with my hair straightener. It's not ugly. Is it worth a gamble though? Will this dress hold up after I toss the bouquet? Evidently, I did not take the time to hair straighten this dress out. So you can't tell with the wrinkles, but there is a bit of draping right at the boot. But it's the thought that counts, right? I'm kind of jealous that it feathers out so perfectly on the model. Let's just test the train. I'm a 2 left. Not too bad. Oh God. The train works. The train works. Do you think this corset top is flattering? I'm not sure. Can't really tell because it's a little bit too roomy. It does feel a little flimsy. I want the bony to be pipeline through my ribcage. I don't know if it's gonna hold the night away. With this budget price, expect thinner lining, less structure obviously, and wrinkle-fied. And also I'm realizing now that the light is reflecting off of this like a mirror, a little too shiny. Like in a Walmart plastic bag kind of way, and I don't think we want that. Okay, for $56, it's not completely trash. Okay, I gotta be careful with this. I think I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. Call me crazy on a budget. Jaw on floor. Sweeping your credit card at $30. This is by far the most trendy bridesmaid's dress, a rehearsal dinner dress, whatever that means, of 2025. So many brands carry this style because she is that girl. I mean, it's kind of giving luxury if luxury was spelled with a lowercase L and made with bed sheets. You know, I was kind of expecting this to look like oil and vinegar and unable to mix or look cohesive, but to my surprise, and to yours, I bet, kind of works. They're separate right at the tummy, conjoined at the hips. Okay, listen, Linda, let's be realistic. Feels like styrofoam. I mean, I guess it's cool to have this W shape for your chesty besties. It frames it in an odd, enticing way. It's clawing at the girls. I mean, here's the thing. It's a very minimalistic look for wedding attire, whether that's for your bridesmaids or whether you want to walk down the aisle with this. I don't know. I don't trust it. Gravity may be your biggest enemy tonight. Let's talk about this draping. Wrinkly, my fault. It's okay, but it looks DIY. Looks like I took bed sheets and pinned it myself. So thin. You can see, look, if it's to the point where you can see the color of my thighs, you sure you want to tie the knot in this? Even the hemline down here looks so DIY. My grade 1 sewing skills look more trusting than that. That's embarrassing. The pouch pocket thing. I know it's supposed to create this drama. Not sure if the drama's here, but the attempt is. You can tell this dress is trying. In another world, I see this working. For $30, it is quite sleek and minimalist. And when you really think about it, $30 is a pedicure. Oh my gosh, imagine wearing a wedding dress that costs the same, if not less, than a pedicure. It's definitely a pillowcase back here. The attempt with the draping is a possible way to hide the fupa in the tummy, and I like that because I am apple body. Now, the thing is, does it grab my waist like his hands? Girl, what? If you want this, go find a brand that's actually high quality because on SHEIN, but let's rate this according to the price tag. $30, 4 out of 10. Wow! I feel like my ratings are pretty high. I'm really trying to factor in the price, okay? How insane that this sat at $26. It's the better quality yet. Round it down to $25. That's a whole meal for you and your bestie. All right, folks, here's a mini white number for ya. This dress kept emphasizing on the little square neckline. It has a zipper back, and of course, the most obvious part, heavy draping ruffle establishment down here. I mean, low-key, this is kind of cute for like a bridal shower moment. Not so much a wedding dress, but I'm not gonna yak again because I have seen people being creative with like short mini dresses. Kind of like it, and I was worried that sitting, bending, breathing, all of the above would not be in compliance to this dress. I'm afraid I'm wrong. Okay, I get it. This length is pretty good for like a 5 foot tall girl. Wouldn't it be a tad cuter if it was just a tad half shorter. Or is it skinky? Maybe this longer view looks a little bit more elegante. This would make me look like a cupcake. Online, it looks very fancy smancy. Just don't look too long because the more you look at it, it does kind of raisin up. Maybe have a steamer on hand or fluff it out around the clock. You know what? I'm not gonna shit on it too much because to my surprise, for SHEIN, it has quite the volume. It's hefty. Okay, I guess you don't want it too short because then it starts looking like a ballerina dress. I feel like the complaint here is actually the straps because it is a square neck. The span of the width brings the straps out a little too far. And I feel like they're gonna slip off my shoulders any second now. Surprisingly, the bodice has enough snug but still wiggle room to like let your dinner rolls out, you know? There's a cute little tracing on all the chesty bessies. Oh my. Kicking ass at, I cheated on this one too. An extra $4. Yes, for $54. And there's a big old scarf, just in case you need to dry off the dishes. There's supposed to be a little bit of draping, but my stomach takes up all this space, so it doesn't look like draping. At least I know that I don't like mermaid silhouette. This, I can confidently say, not cute on me. I feel like on some body shapes, this dress in the mermaid shape would look amazing. Lucky would require some choreography. At least on her, it has a grand entrance kind of vibe. On me, I feel self-conscious because my foot. Like, yeah, I get it. This wedding dress has potential to be a showstopper. On me, it's just a stopper. It's like fancy, but close up. It's all prayers, girl. I thought the stitching would be questionable, but look how straight these lines are. The material, it actually looks silky and not like plastic bag vibes. You definitely don't feel belted in. Am I supposed to pull it down more like that? Girl, that does not help the situation. Girl, you can see everything. The tracing of everything, even my underwear. It has a cute, mild, sweetheart neckline. And also there's padding. You know what? I am impressed by the quality with this budget. I hate to say this, but it's not that bad. I know this big side scarf towel train was a big trend last year, but is this on its way to be chuggy? Okay, rating this out of 10. I don't like it on my body, so I want to give it a 4. I'm gonna be generous and give it a 5 because the quality is actually okay for $50. Girl, at a whopping $40. This was supposed to be a low-rise skirt, but look how horribly made the skirt is. Excuse me? The elastic band. Oh, you wonder why. What? Do you see this? The elastic band just undid itself. Not only did it take me forever to lace that part up, the quality of this is so shit that it's actually pissing me off. Isn't there supposed to be a scarf with this somewhere? I don't see a scarf anywhere. The scarf itself looked like chicken wings anyway, so whatever. Some people do wear wedding dresses like this. So again, I'm not gonna yak the yum. This is a two-piece moment that does not look two-piece because I don't have enough real estate. I'm still mad at the skirt. The elastic band is unbanding. Not only that, but like, do you see how obvious the elastic band is? It flipped out. It's not flipping in. It's not my problem, but I really said it's my problem. Not that I was like extremely excited about this, but I like the idea that it was like a different take. The low-rise skirt was supposed to give more of a retro look. I can see how the attempt of a two-piece set can look like a fortune. In this case, it's a little bit of a misfortune. It's supposed to look like that girl up at the altar who looks over her shoulder as the wind blows to the 5 people in her wedding because it's that intimate. No, I look like your dead wife. This can pass for a costume. The corset's so flimsy. The boning is so flexible that look, I can bend this and it'll bend. The corset's supposed to give me this hourglass look. No. I look like a milk jug. Let's call a spade. And the lacing with the fake ass ribbon, I'm pissed. The ones for $25 felt better. Quality is so low that you will turn into a kite. You know what it is too? This skirt just looks like it whispers. You know? For $40, 0 out of 10. Don't do it. Trolling us at $29. Low-key, I kind of like this choker look. I thought that the quality of this dress would be so low that my Barbie would even say, oh, honey. Surprisingly, at $29, it's a lot better than the one we just tried. Again, I'm kind of into this little backwards halter scarfy look. I think it's very elegante. The hemline down below kind of reflects the budget, but at least the elastic's not flipping inside out. It does bunch up a little bit at my cookie rolls right here. And I will say, the strap's falling back here. Kind of cute. I'm not saying I expect a grand wedding dress at $29, but a girl can dream. The quality is a lot better than some of the dresses. It's supposed to look silky satin. Kinda can pass for that, but also I'm kind of torn because it is a little too shiny where the fabric can literally signal a spaceship. I feel like the length was midi on the model. Why is it perfectly length for me? Again, look how the choker just drops prettily back here. I expected this to be thin, but I can feel the double layering and there is some weight to this. This would not be a bad option for like an engagement shoot. I do think more and more brides are leaning towards the minimalistic, simplistic wedding dresses. This could be a good choice. You know, it hugs the little hip dips well. It doesn't trace the belly as heavily as the other one. This elastic actually works. Like, it's holding onto the girls pretty well. They're not slipping and sliding. It actually clocked in and it's doing its job. Really impressed for a strapless in the front. Again, it's good to know and be conscious if you have a belly or a tummy like me where your apple body shaped. You gotta be a little bit careful with like the amount of visual you get here. So with that being said, quality's good at this price, but I'm gonna rate this 6 out of 10. Rocking your wallet at $32. This is the last wedding dress. You got this corset, lacy, see-through, mini lace towel on the side dress. What the fuck is this? The construction, horrendous. Not gonna lie, I also wondered why this was categorized as a wedding dress under 50. Well, don't we look dumb in this? Again, it's another short number just to give you options. You see my undie underneath. Your skin transpires. Quality of the corset is horrible. What is this? My tatas are growing horns. This dress is proof that you will pay for what you get. I thought this towel would be more on the side, but it's actually a tail. Oh, don't know if I like that. It's so tacky with the lace. I feel like an ice cream cone. I don't know what's going on, but these pointers not helping this dress at all. It's so thick, it feels like a pillow. It's a DIY disaster. Or maybe perhaps DIY couture. Is the craftsmanship in the room with us? I mean, the length, I guess, is appropriate, but why would that even matter at this point? This is so ugly. Kinda looks like someone was a little drunk and they started sketching this wedding dress out and they just never finished. No question, this is cheaply made. At least the other ones, we can fool ourselves a little bit. It's funny to think that a wedding dress, after you wear it, you just toss it in the laundry. This one, for sure. For sure, this one. It feels like 10 bucks. If even. Like who? Who in the right mind? You know, Project Runway, when they're just like draping fabric on a mannequin, this doesn't even feel real. Why be so thick when you're not even supporting anything? Once again, look, looks like I just got done taking a bubble bath. Absurd. 0. And this is why you don't buy wedding dresses for under $50. Not worth the hype. Your wedding dress is not there. I'm sorry. What a roller coaster. I still look like I'm in a towel. I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Tell me what you do on a Sunday